See, as a young boy, of course, I was not having in mind that I'm going to be a manager for a company or anything at that point of time. I was having a lot of ambitions to be a pilot or a captain of a ship.
But you liked controlling things and steering things right from the start.
Yes.
I sat with Ahmed Elsewedy, Vice President of Doha Cables, to understand his story of success. This is a story of business growth coupled with the right advice at the right time to feed a dedicated personal ambition.
I'm Riz Khan, and this is the CEO's Outlook with HSBC.
The company, of course, has been established in the year 1936 by our great-grandfather. And then it continued over generations. Now our chairman is Mr. Ahmed Elsewedy. He's chairman of Elsewedy Electric Worldwide. And I take the responsibility for Qatar operations, as well as other 3 countries in the Gulf, which is Bahrain, Oman, and Kuwait.
Knowing what it takes to succeed is important when you're dealing with ensuring that an ambitious nation-building program is achieved. And that's exactly what Ahmed Elsewedy, Vice President of Doha Cables, is doing now. From its flagship 70,000 square meter manufacturing facility in Mesaid Industrial City in Qatar, Doha Cables is producing 40,000 tons of copper per year in its cables, supplying 40% of its output to support the Qatari government's implementation of Qatar National Vision 2030. As if nation building wasn't enough, Doha Cables is now also exporting across the world with a strong reputation for quality of its products and its delivery capabilities. Tell me about the kind of lessons you learned from your family, from the older generations, your uncles who were involved in this business, your father who worked in the government, but he also obviously had an influence on you.
I learned a lot from him, from being very prompt, very accurate. We are in business as a family, and this of course reflected on my personality in the business sense and how to confront challenges. Although the company has started as in a very humble beginning as an electrical trader, but today you can find that we are exporting to more than 110 countries worldwide. We have 8 big divisions working in the energy field. We have a turnover crossing around $2.3 billion. Really, there is a lot of interesting things has happened in the company, especially in the past 10 years. And I think we are going to grow much more in the coming years, especially that we have expanded in the field of transmission and EPC projects.
What role do you see HSBC playing in your future growth?
HSBC is a relationship. It is not only about a bank and a client. And this is owing to the personal interaction on the day-to-day life. HSBC is present in all of the countries that are of interest for us. So we can depend on the knowledge and the intelligence that HSBC can offer us in such markets.
Let's look 10 years ahead, Ahmed, and say you and I are sitting here 10 years from now. What do you think are the biggest changes I'm going to be talking with you about?
I think you will be talking to me about how much weight I've gained more.
I think both of us. How do you see Doha Cable? How do you see it changing?
There is going to be more focus towards the EPC business, which is the engineering, procurement and construction in the transmission as well as the generation fields. We have a company called Elsewedy for wind energy generation and another company called Elsewedy solar power. I think you should see a much bigger plant with double or triple capacity in Qatar. So we are thinking of doing a downstream industry to produce aluminium rods, in addition to have another plant for copper rods to feed our existing cable plant and to export its products to the neighboring countries.
Let's say if you were to leave a lesson, a phrase that they say that you left for the coming generations from your family, what would it be from everything you have learned?
Focus and hard work. Focus because, as I mentioned, a lot of challenges are coming every day. And hard work because due to the technology, people, they really forget that hard work and effort is very as well important to deliver results.
So Ahmed, you talked about how things would be 10 years from now professionally. What would happen to you personally in 10 years from now, do you think?
Personally, of course, my first target is to satisfy my ambition on the professional side. However, on the personal side, to sail in a yacht and, of course, to have a tour around the world.
As we've seen, growing a business to be a major regional and international player requires a lot of dedication and skill. Managing complicated supply chains and international finance is a difficult affair, but it can be managed with the right partner who can help you to understand the opportunities that arise as they happen. It goes without saying that with the right perspective, you can achieve anything in business. Catch more stories of achievement and ambition with me, Riz Khan, and HSBC.